After discovering the longing of the various corrupted mushrooms to be somewhere to the west, the party tracked down a fungal nursery that evolves and emits new spores to float on the haze and settle throughout the Tanglebriar. While there are doubtless numerous of these demonic groves across the swamp, and the destruction of one is unlikely to have lasting effects, gathering a sample might prove extremely beneficial to the development of new antifungal medicines and treatments. Libbiel herself might need some of these new treatments, as she has been colonized by numerous mushrooms which seem disconnected from the swarm mind of the swamp, and while currently offering some protection against the perils, the progression and ultimate outcome of the infestation is unknown. At the grove, the fungal nursery fought back with gusts of poison and horrendous noises. Nonetheless, the party subdued the quivering mass of rotted flesh, trees, and fungus, only to be beset by a screaming, elven ghost before they could gather any samples to return to the researchers. We pick back up in the second round of combat against this ghostly foe. And so, coming toward the heroes is this ghostly elven woman floating through the air. She was kind of phasing through trees as she arrived. When she arrived, she let out a really loud scream that seems like it hurt Daegron quite significantly. The rest of the party was a little less affected, and it will be Daegron's turn.
Okay, so as Daegron, this scream kind of like racks through his body, he falls and is slumped over, basically holding himself up with his axe. He's going to let out a roar as to try to defy this. He's going to use determination to try to reduce his condition here with this really horrible drained 4 he's got.
Yeah, that will remove it. You are no longer drained. You still have all the damage that you took from that. So your max HP is now in a better shape, but you still have not healed any of that automatically.
Yeah, and seeing as this ghost has come in, this incorporeal creature, he's going to swap to Soul Cutter, as it is quite good at dealing with them. And then for his final action, he will get into his dueling stance as he prepares as this creature comes closer and looks for some help from his teammates.
The creature, you see like it has a vengeful expression on its face, or maybe an excited expression. You're not sure exactly, as it flies toward Daegron and then reaches out to touch you. And with a 45 against AC will hit.
It's a touch.
Doing 34 points of void damage, and there is a little bit of a rider on this. We will need, you feel this touch go through you and shake you to your soul, and we need a will save.
Okay. Hey, that's no good to start. Let's immediately use my hero point to reroll this nat 1.
That's much better. That is a critical success. So the result of your determination on shaking off that initial drain is carrying through you here. You steel yourself as this hand passes through you. You feel it hurt you, but other than that, you're dealing with it just fine. It will reach out a second time, though, and continue to try to steal something from you. And it is going to crit on this one with a natural 20 for 78 points of void damage.
I am down.
You are down. I will still need that will save. That is a critical fail as well.
Not much I can do there.
You are frightened 2, and it probably won't matter, stunned 4. Your initiative moves right before it. It already was,
going to.
As you dropped right to the ground, almost as if just these two hands brushed through you, and suddenly it was like the strings holding you up had been cut, and you just collapsed to the ground. And Vanarel, what do you do upon seeing this?
Well, this is something I don't remember seeing ever, I don't think, in a long time, which is Daegron dropped to the ground. Instinctively, I am going to drop my light hammer, freeing up one of my hands. I am just going to quickly just place my hand on his shoulder or wherever part of him is nearest by. I do have those healer's gloves, just to give him something. While at the same time, they've called back. So I'm going to.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, he's down. So yeah, I'm just going to with my second action, just tap Daegron to give him a little something back, make him at least conscious. And then dropping hammer was not an action. So at first was to touch him there. My second action is to pick the hammer back up. I know that thing is coming for me, so I'm just going to hurl my light hammer at it with my third and final action. Just wait for it to come around. And I don't know if this is going to go off of its center of mass or through. We'll find out. We'll see if it actually connects with something inside. A natural 20 for a 45.
We need a concealment check. As you see, as it moves, it shimmers, and as long as it's moved, it is concealed. Ah, a second natural 20. That's,
all right.
Okay, 2 natural 20s. Okay, that is a crit. Roll your damage. It took some of that. The hammer did just fly straight through it, dragging some of the ectoplasm or some of the ghostly aspect with it as it shot through. And we need to try a couple of these. Let's see. It is affected by the crushing rune. And what else does it have here? It could be knocked prone. I will roll that save for it.
Right.
It is not knocked prone. The hammer, as I kind of expected, it flew right through it. It didn't seem to have any actual effect on the creature in terms of imparting any momentum to it. That's why it did not get knocked prone by this, but it still tore through it and tore a chunk of its being with it. You do see it streaming back slowly, filling in the holes, but it does look like a little more wispy than it was before.
Libbiel, seeing that Daegron, her rock, is down, she was going to probably do a haste this turn, but seeing how damaging this thing is, she's going to cast Life Boost on Daegron and a Life Boost on Vanarel. I know Vanarel's not damaged, but that's probably going to change very soon. And for her final action, she's going to cast Discern Secrets, which I have rarely ever used in the middle of combat before. She instantly gets a Recall Knowledge for free. She's going to Recall Knowledge on the ghostly woman over here. Try to figure out
you can target 2 creatures, which means you can include me, and I can potentially recall, I think.
Oh yes, I will give it also to Dezi.
Okay.
I'll gladly
So you
recall
both get to a
knowledge
recall as a free action now with a +1. Okay. So
Mhm.
give me your rolls for that.
Here's my... Oops.
there. Doesn't include the +1, but I rolled it.
Yeah, 44.
Okay. You both know this is a Banshee. You have the exact same roll, as it turns out. So this is a Banshee, which you know are furious, tormented souls of those bound to the world by a betrayal that defined the final hours of their lives. They are usually people who were slain by a loved one or someone else who betrayed them. They typically always despise the living. And for some knowledge you would have about them, you know that... I forgot to use that. Oh well. I'll remember this next time. You do know when you critically hit them, bad things happen to you, which I forgot to do on Vale's turn. I will do it next time it comes up. So that is a little bit of a problem when you... or if they critically fail against a spell effect. So when you do really well, it backlashes against you. Just so you know, that's one thing. I know you can't really capitalize on that, but just so you know, it might be coming. Additionally, you know they are incorporeal, so they have resistance to all damage except Forced, Ghost Touch, Spirit, or Vitality. I think you probably expected that, so I'm going to give you one more thing as well. Actually, I'll give you 2 more things. I'm being generous here. You know that they have a weakness to sunlight. It is daytime now, but the haze is thick enough that that does not apply. If you had a way to clear the haze here, though, you could inflict the sunlight powerlessness effect on them. And the other thing you know, you've seen this terrifying touch. It's the rider. Anytime they touch you, they will try to make you frightened. And if you have any protection against fear, it will try to strip that first as a result. So that's what you know about Banshees. And that was your 3 from Libbiel. Dezi.
Dezi's very happy to know that. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to cast Holy Light. It's not daylight, but I feel like it might annoy it, and I'd rather have it focused on me than Daegron at this point. 17 on the die for 41 looks like it hits.
That will hit. Roll the concealed check. Okay. Roll your damage, and let's see what happens to it.
There we go. Whole bunch there. Looks like 63 in total, some combination of fire and spirit. Takes 51. I like that. My second action is going to be to move a little bit forward just to get people more in my ring.
So it screams in rage. Not like the wail it did earlier that triggered all the damage to you all, but it does seem like it is very angry. You see it look a little less substantial. You see it's partially been burned away by that effect. Go ahead, Daegron.
Okay, so actually I realized too, I should be one frightened level lower, since bravery instantly reduces them by 1 for me.
Perfect.
Can you
I'll be at
cycle
frightened
back and forward? Because they didn't get the healing from the spell that Libby cast.
There we go.
Okay, and then I can't do anything. I was stunned 4, so.
Yep. Okay. So you are stunned 1.
And my frightened will drop off at the end of the turn, but I'm still on the ground, not moving.
You can tell it knows you are alive. You see maybe it's like maybe its hand is almost twitching in time with your heartbeat. But it's still gonna make a beeline right for Dezi instead after that holy light.
I either regret nothing or everything, one of the two.
Shame that it moved right past me. I remember targeting this thing as my hunted
I
prey
know
when
you
it showed
did.
up at the end of last session.
Go ahead.
So I am going to try and run this thing through with Castrovel's Beacon.
Roll the concealed check. 42 will
Oh,
hit.
right. No, it will not hit at all. The concealed will be a natural 1.
It has got up next to Dezi. It is going to try to reach out. It almost looks tenderly aside from the claws on the hand as it tries to grab your hair. And with a 40 against AC, it will score a hit, 48 points of void damage, and we will need a will save. You are,
18 out of 47.
you are unaffected further, and it will do a second reach out. And with a 37 against
Sure.
AC, it
Yep.
hits again. And you feel some of your life force oozing away, almost like your hair is also losing some of the brilliant red coloring and fading to a gray a little bit. We will need the other will save again. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. But you're standing resolute in the face of this fear. Vanarel.
Okay, well that stinks that it's all wafty like that, but not going to stop me from trying to do that a second time. I will stride up here opposite of Dezi, kind of sneaking up behind this ghostly thing, and I'm going to have to take my chances here, and I will attempt a twin takedown flurry. I know I've got concealed chances afterwards, but see what these come away with.
Both
They
missed.
anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to give it one more shot with the rapier. Let's see. Oh, the concealed is going to come up as part of the
Yes.
part of the macro. Okay. All right. One just solid thrust, trying to shove through the center of this ghost. Nothing again.
And the second sting wouldn't kick in because it's a critical, right?
Second sting would not, because that's a critical miss. Yeah.
Do you have a life boost on
Libby
yourself,
else?
Libby? I think you did from
No,
last
I
time.
didn't.
Sting on- Yeah, I
I
can
think you
see
did from last fight or something. Never mind. Yeah, that's fine.
It was from Dezi.
You have 2 rounds left.
So I'm going to cast a spell that I think is going to really help in this situation. I'm going to cast Pharaoh's Form. If you look through these effects, I am now immune to Void.
Okay. Yes. You're immune to death effects, disease, drained, fatigued, healing, non-lethal, paralyzed, poison, sickened, vitality, and void. Any of those conditions you had would fall off. You don't have any of those on you. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to, with my last action, cast Needle Darts onto the Banshee while yelling, "Get away, I'll take care of it."
And you get to do that as one action now because of this form. Very nice.
It's saying I can choose, like, am I able to use these other forms?
Only
or
if
just
you
the
had
regular
them,
Needle
only
Darts?
if you have those on you, I believe. Unless Ferris form is giving you that by default. Let me see. You gain
Doesn't
resistance
say
to 10
anything about
except adamantine. I don't see it saying that you count as other metal types.
Okay.
So I think you'd have to
I will
have those
just
in your
use them all.
possession.
Attack 15.
41 will
And
hit.
here's
Roll the
the
concealment.
conceal. Yes. And here's damage. D4s add up.
They do. And the needles go ripping through, as you saw before, with the hammer just pulling little bits of this form with it. They kind of wink out a little bit and more just flows back in to fill the gap, but it is looking less and less substantial after every set of damage.
Yeah, as Libbiel turns into a steel form.
Desi doesn't love this, but they see what's going on, and they see a lot of people within 30 feet, including an undead. So they're going to 3-action heal.
I don't think it gets the conceal, does it?
It made it save, so we'll be taking half of that.
Everyone's healing that now.
Daegron, you have 2 actions remaining after the stun is worn off.
Stunned is gone off, so he grabs hold of Soul Cutter and props himself up, still looking like absolute death. But he's standing, and next turn he'll be able to come back into
The Banshee is up. Seems like still focused on Dezi with an extra wave of healing energy surging forth. It is not happy about that. It is going to fly away, though. Even knowing that Daegron gets the attack, it likes to keep its concealment, which it has to move in order to keep.
All right, well, I am going to take a swing at it as it tries to make its escape. That would miss even if I made the concealed, so...
It's flat-footed if it matters, because it was moving out of the square between
That
us.
would actually, so roll the concealment check. So it does hit.
Okay. Not as solidly as I would like, but I'll take it. I can deal 21 to it.
Yeah, that barely affected it. It is now floated over next to Dezi. It is kind of looming over you. You're feeling very small in comparison to this creature at this point in time, as it tries to just grab you again and again. Misses on the first one, but connects on the second one. For 34 points of void damage, and we need the will save as always when it hits you. And you're fine. Vanarel.
All right, well, I'm just going to be chasing this apparition around the field, it looks like. I'll just lunge directly eastward here before just stopping, pivoting, and spinning around. Rapier first, followed by the light hammer. I'm trying to use the wind takedown on it again.
2 hits. We need the concealment check on both of them, though.
Yep. Get back to... There is the rapier.
Okay.
And 19.
So there was a 38 and 39 to hit. Both of those hit, and then both of them succeeded at the flat checks. So you have hit with both. And 45 points of damage, of which, what happened there? Luckily, nothing happened. Let me try it again. There we go. It only took some of that. Let me double check that, though. I don't know if it did the right thing for the combination, because Twin Takedown should combine for purposes of DR, right?
Yes.
It's weird with the piercing and bludgeoning. That's the problem.
Yes, so even though they're combined, they're still different damage types, which would be reduced by resist all. So I think this is a case where I don't disagree with Foundry. You have 1 action left, Vanarel.
Okay. Gonna attempt to stick it one more time. See if we can just run this thing through with... Nah, that's not even gonna come close. Missing.
Critical miss. Libbiel.
All right, so Libbiel's going to get closer and try to lock this thing down on attacking her. So her 2 attacks are going to be to cast the needle darts, because I think the fist probably won't be her very damaging attack. Oh well. And the second is at map 5. Oh no.
El comes running up and tries to shower this creature with multiple needle darts, but all of them just go astray.
As he sees that Rutten's doing okay, and it's probably better with the flank, so they're going to back up a little bit here. There feels good. And I think we're going to throw another Holy Light at it. It seemed to not like that. So I will target it, and we'll cast Holy Light. 15 on the die for a 39. Looks like it hits.
Roll the concealed. Okay, that is a hit.
This is the higher level one. I probably should have used it first, but that's okay. So that's 107 damage. Some of it holy, some of it fire.
It's extremely wispy now. You almost can't even see where it begins and ends, but it is still holding itself together. Daegron.
Okay, with heavy steps as he's kind of getting his footing again, he's going to move down into the position Dezi just left in the flank to the southwest. And looking for some payback, he brings Soul Cutter around, knowing that it seemed to bite true every time against Ghost so far. Let's see how we do. A 46 to hit.
That is a hit.
Flat check.
Roll the flat check, though.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
It may matter here. Okay, that is a hit.
9, yep.
So we apply that damage. Is it enough? It is enough. And in a sense maybe of some turnabout is fair play, Daegron has dropped the Banshee. And you are lucky, no one triggered a crit after hearing about that it has a on-crit effect.
I'm not interested in
lucky.
knowing what that was going to do to us.
Yep.
It basically gets a free melee hit on you. Like, it just
Ooh.
automatically
And it
hits.
didn't crit us at all, which is
Oh,
pretty
geez.
impressive given everything.
So,
Good job, Dave. Nice
I mean, it
hit.
hit me
Alright,
on the
please.
ground.
we are out of combat now. No one has any long-lasting, detrimental HP type damage, so I'm not going to make you roleplay through anything else here.
We need to gather a
So-
sample, though, right?
My Ferris form lasts a whole hour. I have like metals for skin, and I'm completely immune to everything these fungus do. I'm just going to cut through it with my hand.
Yeah, give me a medicine, nature, or perception check to at least get useful things rather than just shredding it.
Oh, nature. You mean arcana, right?
In your case, yes, I do. Okay, so you're definitely making some reasonable progress there. Are other people helping, just watching you do this? What's the...
I'm going to tell them they can't hit me. Stay back. I'll take care of it.
I will try to help. I'll basically try to use perception to figure out where best to get a cutting here.
Sure.
I'm looking through my skills list and forgot the perception is just sitting there.
But yeah, Daegron's sitting back, leaning on his axe, going, "Yeah, it didn't go too great for me and Vanarel. I'll let you two take care of that this time."
Yeah,
So that's a
why don't
fail.
you-
I reroll.
That is a fail, Dezi.
Yeah, I'll use a hero point here. Or sorry, I'll use my halfling luck. I don't think I've used that for the day.
Sit down. Let me at least take a look at some of this.
So up to a 40.
So you're carving your way through the outside edge of this. You're staying away from things that look like they might explode and send out some more spores. You feel like you need to keep kind of getting in deeper into the core of this thing. So it's going to take some more time. It's already been abstractly a couple hours piecing your way through this thing carefully to try to find these useful samples. I know in that
Vanarel,
time,
you want to help?
I know in that time Daegron's Pearly Aeon Stone, you would have gotten, is that 1 point per
Those
minute?
couple hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you would have gotten 120 HP back, so you're probably healed to full, or close to it.
Just under it, but if Vanarel was doing any healing during that time, it would have pushed me to it.
Was going to, but it sounded like we're good.
Yep.
Just to boost myself, I'll use my Vital Beacon.
Heal, not damage, I assume.
Fair point. I preferred going that direction. Yes.
So then, in the next round of hours, as you hunt for this sample in this fungal mess, I'll take a check from Libbiel. Your Arcana check, please.
Okay, here it goes. I didn't mean to roll two. I'll
That's
just delete one
Fine.
of those.
Yeah. This time, you feel like you are just shredding deeper and deeper in, but you're not finding anything interesting. You almost feel like you're making more of a mess right now without knowing what you're looking for. Dezi, Vanarel, Daegron?
I'm happy to assist somebody with a perception if they'd like.
Sure. Vanarel, you probably are decent at the perception, right? Do you want to try? Maybe you and Daegron can work together.
Yeah, here I'll do an aid on you here.
Sure.
So this is just for the aid, so I'll leave it public.
It's going to be a critical aid,
Oh,
and you are
sure.
master, so +3 to Vanarel's.
Getting the bonus in here. All right, I'll go back up to the edge of the mushrooms and start digging my hands in here again. That seemed like a terrible idea before. 33 total, though.
Just a regular fail, not a critical fail.
I'll try with my bonus. You two are both better than me at this, I think, but that's fine. 35.
So you've spent 4 hours here trying to find what you think looks like the concentrated core samples, maybe the rootstocks or the whatever the energy source is, and you're not finding it yet. It is getting close to nightfall. You think
We need everybody to do this. Yeah.
You think
Everyone
you're gonna
buckle.
need, yeah, you think you're gonna need either more time, spend a night, come back and work on this, or keep doing this. It's up to you. It is getting late.
Let's give it one more shot.
I'd rather not
Once more
have
with
to come
feeling.
back here in the morning.
Once more with feeling. Okay.
I'll
Like-
roll a perception for you too.
So that's giving a +3. Who are you giving that to, Daegron?
Oh, I assume you're just trying, Daegron?
Oh, yeah.
Or are you
I
trying
can
yourself?
either try.
Oh, you're trying
Yeah, I was
yourself?
gonna
Okay.
try it myself.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Libbiel keeps making a mess of things inside of there. Vanarel. Let's see. Okay, so Dezi, you have a success. Daegron had a success. Libbiel had a fail. Vanarel, you have a critical fail.
Got that hero
Phenomenal.
point?
It says, was this not a secret roll?
Secret rolls can be used before I say any positive or negative ramifications of the critical fail. You can still use a hero point on a secret check.
All right, I will utilize that.
That has moved that to a success. And with that, combined this last round, maybe in the desperate hours, because you see the sun is setting and you didn't want to be camped out next to this thing overnight, you find kind of deep in the core here a couple of glowing, pulsating stalks that seem to be attached to some of the deepest sludge at the bottom of the swamp. It seems to be pulling up some of the sacrilegious divine energies. It does seem to be feasting on a couple of corpses left at the bottom here, but this looks like it is different and stronger. So you have managed to gather 3 bulk worth of this fungal nursery grove, and it sounds like
Get that
Dezi.
wrapped up. Let's get out of here.
Sounds like Dezi is wanting to use teleport to bring you back, I'm assuming, to Keonan, not just to your camp.
Yeah, I think we can take the rangers home too.
How many
No.
can you teleport? Because they numbered about 20, which I think might make teleporting a little bit tough. I'll try to check. Let me see if I can check Dezi's character sheet.
Well, this place is beyond miserable. There's no way we're leaving them behind.
I might camp here for the night if that's the case and take them over in the morning.
I don't... It must be under a scroll. I don't see it as a prepared spell.
Could be. It
It's
could be from
the-
the orb.
Orb.
Oh, it's the orb. Yes. Let me see how many it can do. Guiding Star Orb. There we go.
4 targets.
Yes. So it could bring you and your party. It could not bring all of them.
Yeah. Do we probably want to get the sample back quickly though?
Yeah,
Or
so
how do we wanna
send
handle
back
this?
some. We give them the sample, teleport for them, and we'll get the rest of them tomorrow morning. I'll
Okay.
prepare several teleports.
That makes sense, I guess.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so you pick 4 of them to be messengers that you send back with this, and then you, along with the rest of them, are going to set up camp. Sounds like a little bit of a distance away from here, but you can't go too far because it is already getting night, but you're going to at least move a little bit away from this nastiness. Is that the correct?
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
Okay. For once, night passes with almost no incidents, so please go ahead and
Well,
heal yourselves
hold
up
on.
and prepare your new spells. Oh, but you had
Hold
you
on.
wanted to do. Yes, go ahead, Dezi.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna look at the growths on Libbiel. Libbiel is a medium-sized creature. I'm both size small and pretty tiny. Do I feel like there's probably like more fungal growth on them than there is me in person, like as a halfling here?
Probably, well, you don't know how deep inside and how widespread the ribosomes or the mycorrhizal filaments are. The amount you see outside does not appear to be equal to your mass.
Okay. Well, Libbiel, I'm gonna try something. It won't harm the fungus, won't harm anybody. But I just want to see if this works.
Okay. She looks at you suspiciously. I know you haven't really liked the
Don't
fungus,
worry.
but I will trust you.
Everything will be okay. And I will cast one with plants to merge with plants. If it doesn't work, that's fine. But it needs to be enough mass.
It is,
Is what it comes down
it is
to.
not going to be enough volume to fit you.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
you
interesting.
touch it, you try to, and it feels like it is almost enough to hold you, but it does not seem to be
Huh.
enough. That does imply that there is significant mass inside Libbiel, but not double what you see.
Interesting. Yeah. So that I'm just theorizing here, but we've seen all this bad growth in the area around us, and you do have that thing that eats magic. Do you think it could maybe be the plant? Do you think the plant may be eating the bad magic out of it?
So I've had that suspicion for a bit, and I haven't really voiced it out loud, but that makes a lot of sense to me if it was a demonic fungus, that it ate the demonic magic out of it, because remember the plants really, really like the demonic magics, to eat them and to expel them purified. So
I mean, I guess that means it's not demonic, but it's still a growth in you. And it seems like
Yeah.
it's, pretty deep.
I want to see what happens.
Okay, as long as it's not demonic, I guess I am okay with that.
It hasn't hurt me yet, so maybe it's...
It does seem to be protecting you too. I'm probably, unless Libbiel does not want to, I'm having this conversation within hearing distance of Daegron.
Yeah, I don't mind them being included in this conversation.
And why is Daegron suddenly dead again?
I don't see
dead.
Daegron dead.
Oh, you're right on top of where the Banshee was, so the Banshee's dead icon was
Oh.
showing up.
I don't like when the GMs just say, no, I see that you're dead.
So yes, how are Vanarel and Daegron responding to this investigation of Libbiel's fungus?
I think Daegron he doesn't understand what spells Dezi was trying to cast or any of that, but they're kind of going back and forth, and he just looks over and goes, well, it at least seems that her fungus isn't immediately threatening. That's good. I can't say I know too much about the magical side of it, but those little plants have cleaned up quite a lot before. I wouldn't be surprised.
The second this does start harming you or hindering you in any way, Libbiel, tell us.
Yeah, okay, I can make that. Promise.
Oh, the four of us out here.
I do plan, if it does start harming me, to just use a desiccate on it, because I can just specifically target it, shrivel it up, completely kill it. So that's not really an issue.
I mean, you say that, but if it's embedded deep enough within you, I worry that that might harm you too.
I'll get better.
Or rather, if it doesn't necessarily hurt you, that if it's filled in the gaps and maybe taken the place of some things, you don't know if removing it might hurt you that way.
I'm sure Dezi's status would have told Dezi about that.
Well, that's a fair point. I know all conditions on you, so I guess if it starts taking you over to the point where it's controlling you, I'll know that at least.
Well, let's find out what conditions may be on Libbiel. I need a fort save and a will save.
Hey, so
for
good
these.
at these. I'm going to keep them mystified to me because I don't
Okay.
want to see them.
So, you are feeling the desire to just, rest in contact with the ground. That feels like what you want to do right now. And
Okay, I'm going.
it's not
probably lay
controlling
down,
you,
just-
it's you can feel like you think that's how you gain energy and that's how you recover more quickly now.
Okay, I'm definitely doing that because she really just likes sleeping anyways.
And you are going to be drained 1 as well.
Oh, that's good.
Libbiel, it seems to be having an adverse effect on you. You're less healthy today.
I think I'll be fine. I can get rid of that with just one spell.
I am going to jump to the morning now. In that's when you would have seen these changes to Libbiel. Not overnight. It was more when you woke up in the morning. Maybe Libbiel had crawled out of the tent and into just the open area and just lying on the ground.
Yeah, that's not great. Everybody just keep energy strong. I'm gonna do the normal thing day by day here.
And are you able to repair enough teleports to move, I guess it's 20 remaining people?
I've prepared 5, which is
Okay.
20, so guess he can get us.
We will change you.
I can get us out there. Yeah.
Yep, we will change maps back to the Lake and Carthen region map.
I'll just hit
Yes.
expend on all those teleports.
Is the clumsy from the mushrooms still in effect, or is that something that wore off overnight?
That is something that will need a new save from you as well. I can put that one in chat.
So did you want me to deal with that condition potentially?
Well, too late.
I have not
you-
been. I've been clumsy and stiff ever since that mushroom thing through the whole banshee encounter. Yeah, it's
It feels like your hand is getting worse. That hand is no longer even usable. It feels like
I'm gonna
has-
still try a cleanse
it has
affliction. here.
solidified and it's like locked in place. Like, you're stupefied 2 as well as the clumsy 2 now. And yes, okay, you're doing a rank 6. Got it. We can roll the counteract.
32. Is that a success? I guess is my starting question.
I thought I had that number in front. There it is. That is not a success.
I will re-roll. Sure, I'll re-roll. It's a new day. This is tomorrow, so I'll use my halfling luck to start the day.
Can that be used on counteracts?
Oh no, it's scale. Okay, then let's just use a hero point. That's fine. Well, that's the exact same number. 32.
Yep. So it does reduce it 1 stage regardless. So the hand is you're not
Just clumsy.
So you're not stupefied. You are still clumsy 2, and you take some bleed damage. I'm just going to roll it once, and then I assume you're outside combat. People can stop the bleeding, and you'll probably patch it up right away. So just a small amount of bleeding.
Yeah.
And you have teleported back to Ayadara, back to the capital. After close to a week in the Tanglebriar, what is your teleport place that you go back to when you teleport?
I assume we had a
Think-
room, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. That would make sense.
So yeah, you've arrived back at kind of a lodging house that was given over to your use while you're in town, and it is still, it was set up to be your teleport anchor when you come back to, so no one else is going to be taking it over. There probably would be a couple of guards stationed here that would instantly see that you've arrived along with all of the Silverlight Sentinels. What do you ask? What do you want to do?
Well, immediately, Libby's going to be, I'm going to let you guys handle it. She's going to walk off to the restroom and dip into the bathtub without turning on any lights because it's cold, damp, and dark. You know,
Okay.
like the environments mushrooms like.
So Libbiel is trying
okay.
to grow the mushrooms better. And what are the other 3 of you doing?
Well, I guess we brought back a sample yesterday. Did you have any status update on that? And perhaps we should talk to somebody here?
Oh, yes, that was rushed to the researchers immediately. They seem extremely excited about the possibilities of the new antidotes that can be made from this, possibly even a way to purify the water that's been flowing through the rivers. It will take some time. All research takes time, but they seem very hopeful. This is maybe the first time we've ever had a thought of how we can deal with this from the source rather than just treating conditions. Other than that,
That's good to hear.
the Queen would like to see you when you have had a chance to rest. We know you've been in the swamp for 7 days at this point, but she does have word about our missing spy.
Libby! I think we're in a decent condition. We did get a decent night's rest last night. A little worse off, but we're managing it. What do you think, Vanarel?
I am not one to keep the queen waiting myself.
We just came out of the swamp. We may want to take some time to freshen up before we go see the queen. As much as I
that's a
think
good
Libbiel
point.
has the right of it.
Shall we say like an hour from now?
I will let her know. And he runs off to alert the Queen. So you will take an hour to whatever you want to do to freshen up here, to change some clothes, to polish armor, whatever you're caring to do.
Yeah, Daegron goes out back with the bucket and the sponge and does the sponge bath out there. A quick little wipe down and everything, and then gets to cleaning all this gunk and grime off of his armor. It wouldn't do to go to the queen looking like they just came from the swamp.
He's probably trying to get their hair managed, but it keeps popping up, but they're doing their best.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Vanarel is going to try to do his best to, we'll take the time to clean himself off. Also, I'm going to see if there are any healers that aren't already tapped with the rebuilding and numb hand thing taken care of. The fact that it didn't go away this morning is not putting me in a good mindset.
I don't think in an hour you're going to likely be able to find someone who can treat you. That's a little fast, so you'll have to save that for a different time.
Some of the time was spent just starting those searches, but again, not one to keep the queen waiting.
So the hour comes, and you are escorted to an audience with the Queen. She is leafing through a book filled with arcane energies as she is researching something, and she looks up, smiles at the four of you as you arrive. It is good to see you again. It seems you have had unexpected success already. Those samples you sent back yesterday, I think they have great promise for our efforts here. But that is not what is important at the moment. One of our most trusted spies, Kenriel. We were worried about him last week. We mentioned he had gone missing. I could tell he was still alive, and I thought maybe with time he would find his way back to us. Now I am positive he has been captured. He has been motionless within the Morgenthau Tower in Riverspire for 2 days now. He is still alive as far as I can tell, but this seems like he is in a prison of some kind, and it would be very, very good to break him out and learn what he has discovered. Can you leave at once?
Can you get us
I
near
think I'm good.
Riverspire?
Yes, I can. We can leave you about an hour outside of the town. From there, you'll be on your own once again. I think for this mission, I think we will leave the Silverlight Sentinels here to rest and prepare for their next mission into the swamp. This is going to be a fast in and out mission, and I suspect your teleportation out would be hard pressed to handle the 20 of them again.
Yeah, it's quite a big expenditure to do so.
If you are ready, I will send you on your way.
Before
What
we
does this
go,
person look like?
Looks brownish red hair, red eyes, dressed who knows what. He is a very, very competent spy, can blend in. I would not even know how to anticipate his appearance.
Do we know what
He was looking into those details, and in truth, that is the more useful information to recover.
before we go, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, my friend Vanel here has an infection on his arm.
No, this will be fine.
The
The
Queen-
Tanglebriar has not been without scars, but we'll.
I mean, the
I'll
Queen is
for it.
looking more pointedly at Libbiel's growths than Vanarel's arms, but
She would have braided into her hair, so it's not quite draping over her like a veil. But yeah, It's probably still noticeable.
It is noticeable, no matter how hard you try at this point. You know, they keep emerging from new areas and growing a little bit, and it is very, very hard to tell.
Do you have this? This used to be an Elven tower, correct? Do you have a layout of it so we might better find our way around if he's held there?
I have not visited Morgthai Tower myself. It is known for being quite the family was eccentric, even as far as Elven architecture goes. I think I do have at least a picture of it I can share. You'll see it soon enough anyways. So it is a multi-towered complex, 4 buildings, almost looks like stacked flying saucers in places before extremely narrow floors between broader bases. Almost seems like it shouldn't be able to exist in times. It does seem to have a myriad of balconies and windows. You would think it's not necessarily the most defensible of a structure as a result.
I
All right, I'm
can't think
ready
of
to
anything
go.
else. Yeah, same.
Okay.
We'll have to see when we get there on the best way in.
So she calls in a couple of other mages who will dispatch you to right outside Riverspire. And you've arrived. This area does look like it is starting to be destroyed. This was an elven town. This was the first one that was assaulted in this invasion. And while your assistants helped evacuate all the people, the town itself was still lost. And the swamp is starting to come here. It's starting to consume the area. You see that trees are being logged all around the town, being left to rot and just kind of to feed this area. Maybe they're making some dams against the water to help flood the area to lead to more and more of this rot and swampland. So you're about probably 3-4 miles outside of the town, and looking in, you can see that there are things, people, or humanoid shapes at least, moving amidst the town. They seem to be dragging stuff. You can't really tell from this distance what they're dragging, but they're dragging things around. They seem to be tearing down some of the buildings. You're not sure what else is going on at this distance. What would you like to do?
Should we scout around the town to figure out who's there and what's going on?
Yes.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. Get a lay of the land.
Yeah, I can take things like scouting lore, stealth, perception, whatever else you wanted to use for that.
Yeah, I think Daegron, knowing he's not as sneaky as others, is going to hang back a little bit and with his vision, with his tattoos, just try to watch the movement, see if there's patrols moving about, anything he can kind of track that way.
Dezi will hang back with Daegron as well, figuring that I know Libbiel might be stealthing up, but we'll keep an eye out.
Libby's going to sneak in.
Yeah, so Libbiel is able to get a little closer. You are seeing the people walk amidst them. You seem to feel there's at least 2 or 3 cooperating groups here. Some just appear to be the run-of-the-mill mercenaries, still those who are willing to take money from demons, but appear human, elf, actually no elves, probably human and dwarf primarily, maybe some orcs in the mix there too. They look a little disgusted at times by their surroundings. Dezi, you would have overheard maybe them complaining about the food and the flavor and that the money is good but nothing else is here. The other groups that Libbiel you can see, you can tell that there are some demons in the mix here. You've identified some Bremorax at least. Those are the small goat-shaped kind of demons that love to fling fireballs. You see a lot of those here. You have seen a couple of those spider mosquito imps that seem to be serving as messengers throughout the area here. And the third group are all cloaked figures that have mushrooms growing on the cloaks.
I'm going to take pretty good notes on how many of, like, how spread out and how many people are there, and kind of like the individual mixes, so I can bring it back to the group.
And Daegron, you both didn't detect anything with your rolls.
Well, that's really good information, Libby. Should we try to play them off against each other and maybe try to sneak in if one group is a little bit disgruntled with the others? Or the pay, at least?
Do you think I could disguise as one of the mushroom people?
I think you'd be better off disguising as one of the humanoid and maybe raising some... Or was it a humanoid group, the first group?
So the 3 groups, you had a group of mercenaries of mixed mixed ancestries that appear to just be opportunistic mercenaries that are being paid to be here. You saw a group of demons of a couple different types, and you saw a group of what you would assume to be tree raiser cultists.
But you could also try to play off as one of the mercenaries and maybe raise a ruckus.
There's no elf mercenaries.
We heard mixed ancestry. Why? There are no elf
I'm
mercenaries?
not. I'm just straight elf.
No. I'm
Yes,
saying mixed is in a lot of different.
I had said
right?
the ones you saw were human, dwarf, and
Oh.
half-orc.
Oh, that's fair. We don't have. We could try disguising you, I guess. But
I could always go in, but I'm not the greatest at lying.
Well, you can tell truths. You're after the bounty of this one person, this person whose name escapes me.
Well, it's always a plan, I guess. I don't trust my odds at convincing them otherwise, but if we can't find anything else, maybe...
We're not getting you in there any other way than you pretending to be a mercenary.
Point.
maybe we're just better off trying to sneak by them in general. I don't know. How, Libbiel, you seem pretty sneaky.
Yes, but I think it's just me and Vanna that are.
I'm decently sneaky.
I have a little bit of sneaky.
Is anyone expert? Could we follow the lead here of someone?
I'm master.
Well, okay. This might be the better plan, given I think, the whole deception angle doesn't seem to be very good for us.
Alright, so do you want to sneak into the main tower? Is that what we're doing?
I think that's
I
probably
have-
for the best. We
Yeah.
may want
That's
to
blame for all of
distract them
us.
before we sneak if we can, but
I have
Um,
never done a follow the expert role, so I don't know how to do this.
So
You
in
don't
this
do
case,
anything.
Just,
We have to do it. Yeah.
just start with Libbiel's roll, and I'll see if we need more.
Okay.
So in this case, Libbiel is able to extremely easily kind of wave you through different points along the way. There was enough ruined buildings, and she had done well enough on identifying the different groups here and some of their patrol patterns to basically get you within touching distance of the tower, ducking between buildings, using some of the fallen logs to crouch down and run between, and just the whole party was able to move a little more quietly than you expected. And you've arrived at that giant tower complex that we just showed. How do you think? So you can see there are guards at the front and countless windows and balconies up the whole structure. What would you like to do?
How high is
Flying
the
up.
level?
Generally makes you very, very much a target that can be seen. So, unless somebody else besides me has flying and invisibility, I might have to go in there alone if that's their plan.
I mean, I don't have
Daegron.
those, but
yeah, Daegron kind of sizes up the wall and he slings his axe across the back. He goes, "I could make my way up there pretty easily.
I can tell you when, I guess.
I have a climb speed now."
Nice.
So, and it sounds
Dave,
like
if Libbiel's scouting, do you mind if I like hug you and kind of hold on as you're climbing up?
Well, let me just double check my thing here.
I think we have rope.
Yeah, what I'll do is it's like it'll slow me down getting there, but I do have rope on me. I can pull you up as soon as the way looks clear, and we can kind of try to time it with when there's any patrols coming this way. They'll wait, and then one by one, whether he needs to help Vanarel and Dezi, he'll lift them up.
I can try
Alright.
climbing too. I'm not bad at it, but yeah.
so it's going to be
With-
flying and invisible and maybe gesturing for people when they should move and stay hidden type of thing.
With the
Yeah.
Cloak of
That makes
Illusions
sense.
Greater, I will be 4th rank invisible, and I think I still need to make a stealth roll with just the invisibility bonus.
Sure.
Yeah?
I'm actually going to say this is going to be a guaranteed. I still have you roll the stealth roll for basically an aid for everyone else.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So
Oh,
I
I
will-
didn't mean to.
That's fine. I'm giving everyone a +1 on whatever check they are doing to get in. Dezi, if you are being carried, you're not going to get to make a roll.
I
But
don't
the-
think I'm able to be carried by Daegron unless they have something good here. Like,
Okay.
I guess they have a climb speed. I can store maybe something in my pack until we get up there if it helps.
I'm at about 10 bulk. I encumber at 11, and I can hold 16.
Oh, okay.
But
So-
Daegron is going to climb it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me athletics checks. I can also take acrobatics, stealth. You could take architecture lore if you have anything else along those lines that you think is relevant for making your way up and exploiting the architecture in your favor.
I'll try the stealth because that probably makes the most sense for me.
Yeah, I'll do athletics. I do have 25 feet for my climb, but this will, I would assume, make sure I don't make noise and other things as I'm going up. Well, that's not great.
That's decent.
Yeah, so it would be a 32 with that plus 1 extra to it.
And so Dezi has gotten inside. Vanarel, what are you doing?
I was kind of holding anchor to make sure everyone else was up and in before I started my climb. Whether that was like by holding a rope if we utilized that, or just making sure that no one accidentally slipped and fell partway up.
Okay.
But then I will.
Yeah. So
make my way
as you were
up.
doing that, so you've got in, but so now Vanarel and Dezi are inside the tower. Libbiel is able to get inside whenever she wants, but is currently kind of watching what's going on. And as you do that, you see a group of what looks like red-skinned and horned, but they look like they're the mercenary group, but they do look more demonic as well. And they have stumbled upon Daegron outside this tower. And you're new here. What are you doing by this tower? This isn't where the new folks gather.
New folks gather. Yeah, but didn't you guys hear there was they've been holding something good inside? I was just hoping to get a look.
What have you done recently? Only those who have triumphs against the elves are allowed this close. You must have done something good. What was it?
I was there when Greengold fell. Look at this, and he's gonna hold out his weapon and say, "Slew the main cleric and took it myself in the raid."
I can take a check from you on that. Sounds like a deception?
Yeah, it's not gonna go great, but that wasn't hidden, but
That's
doesn't particularly matter.
yeah. They they stare at you briefly. They then begin laughing and mocking you for your story, and that weapon can't be that strong. You picked it up off the streets, and they run off, spreading the news that there's a comedian of sorts in town.
I'm fine with that for now.
Libby's right next to you going, "You need to climb now."
And you are still at the base of the tower.
I mean, is it unclimbable? Because I do have a climbing
Okay,
speed.
no,
like
yeah.
I
So in that
strictly have
case,
one,
in
yeah.
that case, you will get up the tower, having attracted attention though.
Yeah.
The four of you have slipped inside this tower on like the second or third floor, and you're now trying to find wherever Kenriel is being captive. You see evidence of vandalism and violence on all the walls here. There's all kinds of prayers to Tree Razor, splashed blood, destroyed doors, every which way. You see laboratories that have been trashed. You see shrines that are being reconsecrated to Tree Razor. How do you plan to find where Kenriel is inside of here?
Well, I guess we gotta look for him. Maybe I don't know. Anybody got any
We could try
ideas?
eavesdropping.
Would
See
the
if there's
message
anyone
spell
talking about
be
where he
any
is.
help here?
Sorry, what was that, Libbiel?
Would the message cantrip be any help here?
I think you need to have met the person before.
Hmm.
You could be scouting
Yes.
ahead and send messages back to your party, but I don't think you can contact Kenriel from here.
Yeah, that's because I'm reading it. I don't see like how it's supposed to target necessarily. Here, let me just post it.
Yeah. Targets one creature. It doesn't have any restrictions as far as I see. So,
I think yours makes sense though.
yeah,
so
I
I'm
think
gonna
you
go
have to
with
at least
that.
know. You have to know the person. Is how I'm going to rule this.
Okay. Instead, I'm going to use a society check to see what I know about the society of elves and where they would stick a prison.
I
Because
think
I
the
assume
idea
they
of
would just
eavesdropping sounds good to me, so I'll go that route.
Okay. I can take a perception from Dezi and the society from Libbiel. So, Libbiel, you don't know a lot about this tower. This family was known for always being a little bit weird and building things in weird ways. You do think it might be possible to kind of trace the flow of magic through this building, because it was a mage tower after all. So perhaps using arcana, occultism, nature type things to kind of follow the wards and magic and find places that are maybe less protected now that have been ransacked, and maybe that's where they're holding him. Places that are stronger might still be not defiled. Dezi, you hear some voices down one of the echoing hallways. You can't tell what they're saying, but it does seem like one of the larger concentrations of people. And while that might be a problem, that also might be the sign that that's the more protected area.
All right. I'm going to try using detect magic, as this is a mage's tower and has a lot of protections on it. Maybe I can follow these around to see where they've kind of ransacked the place.
I'll use the occult angle, knowing that we can potentially follow magical trails and seeing if it leads to that big grouping of people.
Yeah, I'm just hanging behind Dezi and Libbiel at the ready in case someone comes across them. I think Daegron's plan is going to be, if they get found, try to blend in and intimidate them, and that they're more important than those people.
So you have easily found your way. What it feels like the magic is leading you through this tower, almost as if you're finding secret passages that have not been controlled by the demons yet. And you've come out to a place where you feel the magic going in two directions. One direction, off to the left, still feels intact, feels strong. The other direction, you can tell the magic is weak, but it feels like you're going into the area that could be the prisons.
Okay, I think it's this way.
Prisoner first, maybe, yeah, we think of the other direction for the stash here, but let's get the prisoner first.
I would love to get him her? Actually,
Him.
him out of here.
I'd agree. If we're able to do it reasonably, then we can try making a run for the basement and then teleporting out of here, but let's get them first.
I think that's a good idea.
Do we have any teleports?
Oh wait, did I use mine to get back today? Never mind. Everything's fine.
We're gonna have to run out of this tower.
More than one way to disappear.
So you follow the path now that magic is leading that shows less wards, less protection. It still feels like you are maybe approaching from an unknown corridor. And up ahead of you, lying on the ground, you see an elf in a cell, and you've come through the back wall of the cell to arrive here. You see his chest moving, but his eyes are glazed and fixed on the ceiling. There does not seem to be any awareness that you are here in the cell with him.
You want to do a basic medical check, and we'll check for arcane stuff going on with him, or magical stuff?
I'm already there.
Daegron's going to head towards the front of the cell to keep an eye out as they're attending to him. Just looking up and down to make sure nobody's coming this way, or at least he can give some warning if they are.
I mean, curses are part of magic, which is just an Arcana check, yeah?
And that's just a perception for if anyone's coming.
Okay. Yes, Lil, you can't tell anything about what's going on with this elf. It feels like most likely, Vanarel is going to say, it appears he's been drugged of some kind. It does not appear to be a magical drug. It appears just to be a normal drug that's keeping him paralyzed and kind of locked down in his own head. So you're aware of that. You haven't been able to fix it at all. Dezi, it's kind of the same. You can tell that there's no magic at play here. And Daegron, you do hear the sounds of people arriving. Let me check your languages again.
Me specifically, all I know is Common and Orcish.
Yeah, so you're hearing a couple words that maybe you've learned over the time. You're not even sure what languages are, but you do hear something about tonight and sacrifice.
Okay, yeah, let's get him through the secret passage and try to close it up as best we can.
Okay.
Give me your stealth check to hide what you've done.
Yeah, sure.
I will aid you, I guess, if it makes sense.
Yeah, Daegron picks the guy up and starts moving back into the hallway here.
Just a +2, but...
Yeah, so you feel that you've hidden any sign that Kinriel was in this cell before, and maybe you're hoping that people would just think they left him in a different cell and get confused and try to look somewhere else. It does seem like there's no evidence of the corridors that you traveled through, so you think you're at least back in the walls, kind of the hidden areas of this tower. What are you choosing to do?
Once we're out of sight and earshot, I will try a Cleanse Affliction to see if I can fix whatever's going on with them.
Sure.
Don't have this at a high level because Vanarel over there used my high level one, but I'll still try this at 4th.
I know this is not really what
So
it's
close.
used for,
26.
but can I use Dispel Magic to erase the fact that we use magic within this tower? Just in case there's people who can see that around here.
Sure, I will allow that in this case.
I'll just take an expansion of Dispel Magic for that,
And
since I'm
Dezi,
not trying to disrupt a spell.
that was still a success. You see him begin to move. His eyes dart between. I think all 4 of you are there. He is staring a little bit at the mushrooms on Libbiel, the orcishness and the snake, and He does not look like he thinks he's among friends.
Hey, it's okay. We're here to rescue you. We come from the Queen.
Don't you love my disguise? Isn't it good?
Must return.
If that's a fail, I will totally use Halfling luck on this.
That would be a fail.
Return to where?
27 to a 26. It's not serving me well this time.
He's like shying back and he's bumping into the walls. We actually hear maybe like a
any-
halberd fall off the wall and make a loud clanging sound.
Does anyone else want to try to calm him down?
Hinriel, calm down. You are among friends.
We
Take
have
a moment,
any
let your head
sign of
clear.
station for the elven like royalty? Can we like flash him like a badge?
I think you could. Like, give me a different diplomacy check there then, or society.
Okay.
I would allow that in this place.
Society.
I haven't heard of you. You don't look like normal agents of the Queen. How do I know this is not another setup?
Well, we're trying to get you out of here before they sacrifice you. We took the pearl-related poison out of you, and we're going to be sneaking out of here. Whether or not you want to come with is a whole different story.
I will hold my counsel. If you get me out of here and
Okay.
back to the Queen, then I'll know my faith should have been in you from the start. But I will not reveal my information to you.
Understandable.
Fair.
I'm going to cast 4 hastes on all of us.
Well, that's not
Wait.
going to be sufficient. We need to sneak out of here. Haste isn't going to
Yes.
do much.
It'll make us move faster.
It does
Or
not
do
make
you
us
think-
stealth faster. So
Fair enough.
the question
Yes,
is, are we going to try the here? Because I don't know getting straight out of here matters that much at this point.
Well, let's ask our friend. Have you accomplished your mission? You don't need to tell us if you have what.
We heard there was a stash and we think we found a path to it. I don't know if it would help our situation.
I meant the other one that was much more important.
Oh, I understand, but I feel like they should have all the information too.
I have information for the Queen. As you can
Okay,
see,
that's much-
I have no items on me.
Now that's much more important. Should we split up?
I don't think that's a good idea.
If we
Yeah,
get caught here, we're gonna need to be together.
hold on.
Did you have an item to teleport back?
No.
Darn. And you don't know teleport yourself?
No.
I didn't think so. Never the easy way. Okay, is there anything useful in your gear that we should make it a priority? Or
Doesn't have gear.
Oh, my
yeah, that's
I did not have gear that matters, but I have not
Okay.
retrieved the contents of the... That is a secondary objective, as you were probably told.
yes, I was told that, which is why I'm prioritizing getting you out of here since you have the information.
Well, this vault, is there any exits nearby, or the Queen had told us it was beneath the tower. Is there a way out that way that you know of? You don't need to tell us your mission, but we need to make sure we get out of here safely.
I have not made it to the vault. As far as I can tell, it is further down the tower. I believe, but I did not have a chance to try this. Some of the wards, and maybe you've already used them some by your passage through the walls, will respond to those who know the ways of the elves. You may be able to ask the wards to guide you.
I actually think I know where the vault is, so I kind of already did that earlier. Before we go, are you hungry and thirsty?
Yes.
I will pull out a
Obviously.
ration tonic from my book and hand it to him. Here,
He
Rownick.
consumes it pretty greedily. You think he has not been fed for days.
All right, well, that gets it out of my inventory, so I never have to worry about that thing again.
Do we think
What's the
we're
game
gonna
plan?
head down to the vault and see if there's a way out with the wards guiding us from there, or
I hope that there's a secret exit down there that maybe they planned on using or something. So let's go. At the
Okay.
very least, we might find something that's useful in our escape.
Okay. So give me, I would take diplomacy, arcana, or society to invoke the wards to help guide you through.
Okay, I know what of those I'm using. Anyone else want to roll?
I can roll diplomacy, I guess. I'm just
Yeah.
concerned of critical fails and the like, but why not? Let's try it.
So the wards begin lighting up and charting a path. Libbiel's outreach, the feeding of the magic into the walls feels like it is working very well. Daegron's entreaties as well seems like it also keeps responding to you in a way that you're not used to. It's like this elven place seems to think you're an elf, Daegron, and is guiding you through. Dezi, something about your magic just isn't quite resonating. It's not causing any problems. It's not canceling out what Libbiel is doing, but it just wasn't quite working, and you're not quite sure what was going wrong. And then it almost seems like doors are slamming shut in your face, and the tower does not want to let you pass, and it is getting louder and louder as you move through this area.
I'm gonna hold Vanna's hand and be like, he's with us, and I'm going to diplomacy at this thing. Is that okay?
Yeah. You feel the entire building kind of subside just a little bit. You feel it's almost like a guard dog that's being calmed by the owner, but it's still angry and wants to bark and it wants to lash out, but is currently being held back. And that actually would be enough to reach the vault. And
yay.
Let me just mystify all the things in the vault, and then we put it on the map for you all. So you've made your way into the vault, and there is a staff, robes, and 2 wands.
I will start trying to identify things as effectively single actions if they're identifiable by occultism.
Sure. Since you're doing this fast, we don't need to waste time because you're doing it in one action things, so it makes sense you're trying it before you make the escape. The staff is a Staff of Phantasms, Major. The robe, which I think you were even told what these may be, but by the Queen, as I think this was the most valuable thing she knew of in the complex here. That is a Library Robes, Major. One of the wands. We'll go over what all these things do when we finish the rolls. First wand is a Wand of Project Image, and the last wand, a Wand of Wall of Force. So the Staff of Phantasms. This is a illusion-themed staff that has up to 6th rank spells, things like Hallucinate, Mislead, Illusory Scene, Illusory Disguise, Illusory Creature. So all kinds of illusion spells up to 6th rank. Pretty valuable. It's a level 14 item. The Library Robes. These are +2 Greater Resilient Scroll Robes, which can store a spell for you. During your daily preparations, choose one spell you know of 8th level or lower. You inscribe that spell on the robe as though you had, without needing to go through normal scribing process. It doesn't cost anything, but you still have to craft a scroll. So it is effectively crafting a scroll onto your robe that you don't have to have a hand for. It's really the main benefit there, as well as being +2 Greater Resilient. So that's not bad. And then Project Image, is simply what does Project Image do? I think that is, you can project an illusory image of yourself up to 30 feet away. This is a heightened version, so it can last up to 10 minutes, and you're using it to, do normal misdirection, stealthy, deceptive type things most of the time. And of course, Wall of Force is Wall of Force. I think you know that one. The party has been trying to find both a missing elven spy and the treasures in the vault below the tower that he had been infiltrating. The party has found both Kenriel and the vault and has looted all the items there, but still needs to find their way out of the tower. How would you like to accomplish this?
First, excuse me, I look at Libbiel holding their staff, or having their staff, and me having mine. I don't suppose you have any skill with illusion magic? The staff would sure be handy, but I don't think either Libby or I can use it for the day.
I can't use it till I, attune to it, which always takes a day.
Oh, I was talking to the spy.
No, he is not a caster.
Okay, fair enough. Oh well. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get out as best we can. Do we try to use the runes to find an exit out of here?
They've worked so far. I mean, at the very least, we need to follow the path we came to get back. We came in a window. I don't know if we'd be able to get out on the ground floor.
I mean, maybe there are secret passages out of this place too. I don't know.
True, yeah.
Is there any secret passages in the vault? Let's see if we can find
Possibly.
that first.
Try talking to the walls. Arcana or diplomacy.
Hello, walls. Can we perhaps be let out through some secret place?
At the risk of making the walls feel awkward by being stared at, is perception viable?
You don't think perception's going to help you here. I would say, in this case, especially for Daegron or Vanarel, medicine or athletics to help Kenriel. He is fading. He needs to be carried or treated. while Libbiel and
Yeah.
Dezi are finding the way out for you all.
Right. Well,
Well,
while
I'll carry him, and I'll keep him near Vanarel, basically, as Vanarel does the checks on him as we're moving along, following behind the two, then. Put him over my back.
Dezi will also
Yes,
spend a
right.
minute casting Wanderer's Guide, which I'm not sure will have a huge effect, but it'll help us find a way once we get out of here that will be relatively safe.
So the walls are showing Libbiel away, while Daegron and Vanarel are treating Kinriel. Dezi, you're still having immense problem with these walls. Your magic and it just do not seem to want to work. You're making your way through the tower nonetheless, and you feel like you've been ascending now. You think from the vault you were down below ground. You think you're now getting back closer to ground level as the whole tower begins shaking. And you don't think it's the tower in the walls like before. It feels more like an earthquake on the outside. What are you doing?
I'm going to keep talking to the walls and be like, it's very urgent that we get out of here without meeting any resistance. If you can maybe delay the other people in the tower who are hurting you.
We don't
I'm
see
gonna
a direct way out.
Specifically
I feel like
ask,
you're getting close, but you're not all the way out.
yeah,
it
I'm
feels like it's been
specifically
leaning you.
asking to have the tower try to like disrupt the other people in the tower, so then it's harder for them to pursue us if they even are.
Okay.
I'm guessing Arcana again.
I don't think Dizzy sees a better option than the Arcana check, even though the walls haven't been liking them as much.
Yeah, Daegron's going to continue carrying the spy here. Yeah, he calls behind him. Is anyone coming up behind us? I don't know if we're being followed.
we'll check behind. I don't think so, but we'll try to confirm that with perhaps with a perception. Assuming that Kinriel is looking a bit better. Otherwise, I will continue to attend to him.
Yeah, he is still looking a little bit worse for the wear, but he is getting a little better. And
Then my focus will then be on Kinriel instead. Getting him out is important, but getting him out alive is much more so.
Yeah, we don't have the info.
So as you've been led out, and he's still doing okay, you're keeping him upright and walking. You can tell that he's had a rough time, and he's going to need intensive magic training and magic healing, and probably a couple of weeks of rest and relaxation to recover from this experience. As you feel you're making your way very close to the edge of the tower, and you can actually see what looks like a door leading outside of the tower from where you are. However, you also hear those earthquakes and shaking of the tower, and it feels like something has happened.
Okay, well, when we get out of the tower, I'm going to try to look to see what's going on outside.
I think we should
Hope one of those
Okay,
mushrooms
but
hasn't
yeah.
sprouted again.
I'm going to sneak around the tower to see what's going on the front side. I assume.
Well, let's get to the door first and figure out.
Well, we're at the door.
You're at the door.
Let's just
so
open it.
If
Oh,
you,
okay.
If you open
Okay.
it, let me put you on a new map and explain what you are seeing. So you've left a side entrance of the tower that felt like it was just in the city streets. You can see you're about 100 feet away from the tower, and emerging out and smashing the tower is a giant creature that looks like a fungus-covered worm. You don't even know how to describe this thing. This thing is about 3 stories tall, covered in mold and lichen. You see tentacles, you see feelers, you see things you think might be legs. It is hard to tell. And that has erupted or appeared. I'd say appeared is the better word. There's no hole in the ground. You didn't see this here before. It is currently smashing and destroying the top levels of the tower. And you can see it to your southwest on the map here.
Oh yeah. Ooh, it's a bit gross.
And I'm going to roll us into initiative.
Okay, I was wondering.
Libbiel, you're gonna look something like that if the fungus takes over. You better be careful.
I'll be fine.
This is your witch on mushrooms.
Okay,
I rolled it invisible, but
that's fine. It was a 33. So this thing is up first. It spends one action continuing to, it looks like, devour what looks like some cultists off of the upper levels of the tower. It then spends a second action looking around, trying to see what's going on here. Is it going to detect you all is the question. It does. and it begins slithering over towards you all. But that was its turn. You feel the ground kind of shakes under its footprints. You see more and more of these buildings start collapsing around it, almost as if it's not just the earthquake affecting them, but some presence around it that's causing things to rot and decay faster.
And I can protect our friend. You deal with that.
As we get to Daegron's turn, he dropped into his stance at the beginning of the fight from his opening stance feat. But he's going to look at it and goes, "Tell me what I'm dealing with here." And he's going to delay until someone can help him, because this thing is absolutely massive.
Okay, first action. I'm going to use Discern Secrets on me and Dezi. Why do I keep throwing everything like that? Hold on. Discern Secrets, cast. And so me and Dezi get to do a Recall Knowledge. And this thing seems like I could use Arcana on it.
Of course, you can use it on everything.
I don't know what to use. Would occultism or religion work here?
Nature would be better.
Sure. I will use nature, and let's boost this to get the double roll here.
And Libbiel, was that including the +1 bonus from Discern Secrets? Looks like no.
It doesn't apply the +1 bonus for some reason.
Let's see. The Crown of Wisdom, is that a status bonus or a circumstance bonus? Or witchcraft?
Hold on.
That might be why it's not applying, because those may be double stacking.
Mine might have missed it, because I think my macros might.
It's an item bonus, so you should get an extra +1 that's not showing up. So in that case, yours was not a critical fail to BL. Dezi, you think you know what this is? It's a Pterotritus. It's a legendary massive slime mold that hails from the outer rifts. Your impression is it's normally talked about as a singular, unique creature type. Whether or not that's true or not, you're not positive. But it does seem to have a collective consciousness that's known for encapsulating entire regions and ecosystems, spreading as far as its cloud of spores covers. I'm going to tell you, I think what may be the most important thing for you to know is that it can pull nutrients from nearby vegetation, plants, any non-magical plant life, including mushrooms and things of that nature, which can basically contaminate those things into demonic mushrooms and heal itself.
Dezi would very quickly say, "Libbiel, stay away. Daegron, make sure it doesn't get near us, and desecrate that area."
You know...
Hey, what's your spell? I blinked on the name of it. It's not desecrate.
Desiccate.
Desiccate. There we go.
Between the two, I think I'm still going to use haste for my last two actions, because haste is just so good for everyone here. So everyone, grab a haste.
And just because this might be a more maneuverable battle, I'm going to move you all on the map a little bit, just so you have more space to back up if you want to. I know the map isn't really making sense for this, but here, you came out of this building instead. There we go. And it's destroyed that other building.
Yeah, sure.
Just to
Well,
have...
we can't see it. Oh, it's destroyed the one in the middle.
No, it's so you can see it now, right? Some of you can at least. So it's around some buildings. I just want to make sure, since you found out you may want to keep Libbiel away from this at least, that to give you space to move on the map rather than being smacked on an edge of the map. So that was Libbiel's whole turn. Vanarel.
Assuming I saw it before it vanished behind
Yes.
a building, so I guess I'm going... Oh boy, let's make an advance. There it is, fantastic. First stride, coming out into the middle of this little square.
And I will need a fort save from you, as the air around it is full of spores.
Oh, lovely.
You are not affected by these spores for the moment.
All right. For my second action, I'm going to formally size this thing up and declare it as my big hunted prey. And I guess, yeah, for a third, I will, I'm going to run up next to the giant worm, old tendril thing.
Okay.
See how this goes.
Dezi.
You got 4 actions, right?
I
Oh,
have
sorry.
one more action.
You have one more.
Yeah. I was anticipating it just flattening me halfway in, so, but it looks like it didn't, so I will use my fourth and final action to run this thing through with, well, through is probably an overstatement considering the size of this freaking thing, but I will just jam Kel's beacon in and up to the hilt, and follow up with the hammer using the twin takedown. And
Both attacks clang off its hide without penetrating and doing any damage.
great.
Dezi doesn't have a clear line on it, so I'm going to start by moving forward at least to there. Yeah, I can see it from here. I will take a single shot at it, seeing Vanarel needs some backup here. 38 misses. And because this is what I would do, and I do feel it's relevant, I'm going to cast Containment on the assassin, or on the informant we're bringing back,
Okay.
to keep them safe during this combat, basically.
Okay. Sounds like
And
a
I'll
good idea.
slide in.
You're sliding in after Desi's turn? Okay. Ron, it is your turn.
Okay. Seeing as they told him it's some sort of slime mold from the outer rifts, he doesn't really know what that means, but he knows his other axe has worked better against a lot of these kind of creatures, so he's going to swap to his cold iron battle axe for one action. Second action, he is going to...
Sudden charge.
Yep, sudden charge. I counted her out. We're at 45. If I do the nice movement here.
Okay, we will need the save against the spores. That is a failure.
Yep.
You are enfeebled 2.
Yeah, that's not great. Okay, but as we get there, we do the attack at the end of the charge.
Yeah, you feel countless of these little yellow and green spores landing on your body. And much like Libbiel, you now have all these mushrooms growing out of you. But these seem to be sapping you as they do that.
Yeah, it's a miss. And then, so swap, sudden charge. With it wasn't a great roll, but even still. You know what? Let's see whether it's mindless or not. As he gets close, his axe clangs off of this flesh, or maybe it just bites in and doesn't do anything and just sinks into this fungus itself. But he's going to let out a bellow and try doing a intimidation check.
That is a success. It is frightened 1.
Well, if we take it.
I'm going to move it over 1 square just so it's more visible on the map. That wasn't actually moved, but just so we can see its nice artwork.
And that's all of my actions.
Okay.
So, get ready, Van.
It is its turn. And what is it going to do? A 37 is going to hit, it looks like,
Yep.
for 38 points of damage, as it also then sends you flying back. How far? It's a free attempt to shove you. So, 46 against your Fortitude DC.
That is a success.
It's going to push you back 5 feet. It will then slap at Daegron with the next tentacle. Roll targeted 30 against Daegron's Fortitude DC.
No, mine's 20 plus 27, so 37.
Okay, so it does not grab you. And then with its final action, it is going to spit some spores at Dezi. This will provoke. It's a ranged attack, so this will provoke from Daegron.
He brings the axe over and swings. 43 to hit.
That will hit, and it misses Dezi.
29 points.
It
Wow,
took a
doesn't
lot.
like something in there.
Let me see if if it did that right. Yeah, it did that one right. And that was its turn.
Libbiel, remembering what Dezi told her before, is going to use Desiccate on every bit of plant life, including it, but excluding her mushroom,
Okay.
in the area.
It gets a success.
It takes half.
Is it a plant creature?
Yeah, is it plant creature?
It is
Oh,
fungus.
it's a failure.
It does not have the
Oh,
plant
yeah.
trait. So
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's taking half of that.
That's okay.
You see it kind of start to like dry out, but then suddenly it just seems like it's filled with moisture from within, and it seems to re-liquefy its outer surface. And it staves off the.
The worst of it is really disabling the regeneration, I hope. And I'm going to life boost Vanarel.
I don't think you're
Wait,
close
no, I
enough for
can't.
that.
He's out of
30 feet.
range.
Yeah.
You have a move,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to get closer.
But
Oh, right. So,
That is close enough to need the save against it. So let me give you.
actually, hold on. I didn't need to be quite that close. Here
That
you
is
go.
still inside the aura.
Darn.
You might get enfeebled.
I don't think I can beat this.
That is a failure, but not a critical failure. So enfeebled 2.
I think I'm going to try to use a hero point on that. I really don't want it to, like... Oh.
Same result. Yeah.
I forgot this is Unforsaken Heroes. Or unforeseen heroes. Sorry.
Where hero points
We
We
are
only-
always
filled.
yeah. Why did I ever
Oh,
think it was anything different?
Fane, your frightened would be down by now too,
Yes.
Okay.
before any attacks come in.
Life boost, Vanna.
Okay. And then you were knocked
All
away
right.
from
You
this
just take
this giant tentacle fungus worm. It just sent you flying a little bit back. Almost dismissively, it felt like. It wasn't taking you seriously.
Yeah, I felt that. I'll kind of wipe the blood off my lip a bit when it caught me across the chin like that. But obviously, it wasn't convincing enough, or I didn't learn. First action, step right back in. And second, let me see if I can find something that looks a little bit softer. That twin takedown again. Try to pierce in with the rapier again, and then hammer something home with the light hammer.
You have 2 hits there. AC 43 and 40, both hitting.
Totaling up, dealing at 36. Oh, it doesn't like this at all.
That one, I believe, is incorrect. I need to give it some back. Because with Twin Takedown, it is combined for the purposes of both weaknesses and resistances, correct?
But they're separate
Yes.
damage pools for the same reason. Yeah, up to you.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
same trigger on both, so that those would combine. There we go. Okay, got a little bit back.
Okay, well, let's, I stepped forward and did that. I've got 2 actions remaining. Let's one at a time and see which one it hates more. So, coming back in, making a new
It's
and
gonna be a
exciting
second sting.
wound with it's not going to be a second sting, it's going to be an attack.
That will miss.
Okay, and then this
So
will
is
be
that
the
where
second
second sting comes in?
This will
Or
be
is
the
it-
second
oh,
sting because I had to
second
satisfy a stride or a strike. This will be the strike. That one was a strike. This will be the second sting. It's just a little finicky that way. So
That will
37
also
will
miss. So
Yeah.
7 points of fire.
Damage, it looks like.
So I believe that has increased to.
8, 9. How much?
Go ahead and take 7 for now. I was doing the math on this earlier and got distracted several times. So
Okay.
at the very least, it is at least 7.
It's taken a little bit more than that. Dezi.
Okay, Desi's not entirely sure what's going on. They saw Castrovel's beacon hit it and do damage, though, and they saw maybe what looked like cold damage doing a little bit more via Daegron over there. So I think they're going to do an Eldritch shot using their Ray of Frost, and we're gonna see if that works. We're gonna burn a Guiding Luck because that's awful. I got a 30 on what is it, a 4 on the die, I think. So well, I went up to 7 on the die and just missed from a critical miss. So that's 3 actions. My last action is going to be to move slightly closer here. Not much, just 5 feet in. And that's my turn.
Okay, Daegron, it is your turn.
Okay, seeing as Vanarel laid 2 strikes into it and then was kind of hit it with a glancing blow as it's been focusing on him, he's going to try to bury the axe into like one of the supporting stalks or legs and attempt to do a slam down here. So he makes the strike first to try to bury the axe in deep enough to be able to do something. Oh, hey, there we go. There's a nat 20. We take those.
That will be a crit. I do also still need the other save for starting the turn in the
Sure.
aura from you and from Vanarel for that matter.
Oh.
Okay, critical success for you.
Does that get rid of my enfeebled?
No, it does not. It just doesn't get anything
Aw.
worse. You saw that swing, that critical hit, seriously decimated it. It took serious damage off that. And it needs to make its save against the fort save.
And this is, as he lands, the axe just almost thunks right through one of these stalks. He shifts his weight underneath and tries to push it like into one of the buildings, just to get it off balance so it falls. Got
That
Titan
is-
Wrestler, so I
that
can
is-
deal with these.
You can do that up to Gargantuan.
Yep, because
Okay.
I'm legendary in athletics.
It is now prone. You have knocked this giant thing prone.
Yeah, he just basically takes one of the stalks completely out and shifts its weight so it crashes into the building. And as it goes down, hey, we're up close and we got nothing to lose. Full maps, but we're going in on it. He just and he's gonna just lay down with the axe and not thinking he's gonna do too much this turn, but it's for inspiring his teammate.
A miss and a miss.
And just, I think it just maybe almost slices through inconsequential just chunks of fungus that fall off, but don't really do anything to the thing.
And I need to undo that. Its regeneration was not on this round. It is prone, it's lying on the ground. It is now focused on Daegron as an actual threat. I don't think it is going to stand up. I think it's going to try attacking from the ground here. Or it's going to do that.
Oh, don't do that. I
It's
don't
going to do
know
that
what that is,
first.
but I don't like that.
Yes. It begins, you see it just start, it kind of pulses, and you feel a slight suction coming toward it. And you see some of the fungus on Libbiel detaching and streaming toward it. And it heals a lot.
Off of my fungus?
And your fungus is changing colors now back to that the reds and the greens and the purples. And I need another will save from you, Libbiel.
Oh gosh.
You are hearing voices in your head again, and they are telling you to walk toward this creature. You're not controlled, but the fungus is telling you to approach it. But now, on its turn, that was its first action. Now, on its second action, it is going to... Actually, in this case, I think it is willing to stand up now that it has some health back. No, it knows enough about people who wield axes like Daegron, so it's going to stay on the ground, but try to just slap you with a tentacle. And that's a horrible roll. 37 will miss you.
And it
will
was not -2 because it's on the ground, correct?
Yes.
So
That's why it missed.
That just saved me.
Yep. It will try a second one, though. Its last action. 32. Okay. Low single-digit rolls for both of it. That was its turn. Libbiel.
Libbiel,
I'm
back
getting
away.
out of here. Okay, I'm gonna cast a stagnant time and try to drop it on top of it. Oh, no, that's there. Move it one down.
Sure. I see where you're dropping it. Yep. Okay. It makes a will save. Let's see how it does. It got a critical success.
Well,
So it
this
is
lasts
unaffected.
for 1 minute, so...
Oh, that's right. Do we mess this up last time you used it? Let me double check. You examine it.
Begins its turn, so that
Yes.
would happen at the beginning.
So
of
this
the
is its
next turn.
first save next time, but we'll need to remember on future rounds. Got it.
I'll remind you.
And you have one action left, Libbiel, I believe, or was that 2 moves away?
That was 1 move, and how far is this? 70 feet? I'm gonna move away again. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, now that Daegron has upended this thing, I think I see a little softer bit underneath. So let's see if we can make up for all that lost ground we just got when this thing ate every plant in the area.
Yeah, just...
Everything else
was
had been
more than enough.
desiccated, so that was all that was left.
All right. Well, I'm going to come in with the 1-2 assault of the twin takedown flurry, coming in with the rapier and the light hammer, hopefully making this thing
37 and
Not-
27, both missed.
not doing a thing there. Okay. Well, I think it was those slow measured strikes anyway that did the trick for me last turn. So with that first action out of the way, we will very carefully drive home the rapier,
And miss.
or I will try. All right, and then we will follow
Second.
the hammer.
That will hit.
A 38. All right, I'll be able to manage it or something.
And you definitely see the cold iron here is seems to be what's causing its smoking and burning away of some of the fungus every time you hit it.
And then one last action. And now that I have done my regular strike, this will be utilizing second sting, coming in with the rapier, breaking home.
That will hit.
40.
And you're
That is
you're able to tell now, having seen these hits, it looks like the fire is having absolutely no effect on it. But the other effects seem to be more effective than you would have assumed, so it's canceling out nicely. Dezi.
Everyone's looking pretty okay up front, partially thanks to Libbiel. Actually, I guess 2 of the 3 are thanks to Libbiel, including the boss here. So we are going to just do an Eldritch shot with needle darts as the Cold Iron Gauntlet I have forms an additional bolt and sends it its way. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing there. And how bad is this one? 9 for a... it's still a miss with a 35 to hit. Okay. I don't have anything really good to do. I'm not going to do anything with that last action.
Okay, this creature is still on the ground in front of him as Vanarel has been laying into it over and over again. I think it's switched to the grace of a lumberjack, and he's just bringing the axe down over and over. We'll do a snagging strike on it, though, just so if it does get up, it will still have off guard against us, but let's give this a shot. Ooh, a 6 on the die ain't gonna do it.
Nope, that is a miss.
So 34 misses. Oh, well, we'll just keep going with the snagging strikes for now. Oh, this ain't gonna be good. We're going slightly up in
34's your
numbers,
number.
but hey, don't worry. We'll get there too as we full map 31, and then for the last one, just fishing. It has to be a regular strike since that's part of haste. Yeah, I think it's just again hacking off these just inconsequential maybe growths of fungus across it, and never actually burying into the body. I'm not getting anywhere right now.
It is up, and I believe it does get that healing this round. Yes.
What?
All of the damage that was not the type that turns off its regeneration that round.
Aha.
You're doing damage types that do extra, but not the types that turn it off this round. Last round was a different story. It is going to stand up. So you get your free attacks, the two of you.
Okay, let's try this at the same time.
Yep.
You both hit.
Yeah, we got a hit.
And that it does not like that. That undid a lot of the healing it did. But it is really trying to chomp on Daegron. Daegron's the one that's been doing the most damage to it, and it really does not like you. And let's see if it can hit you for once.
You got me once so far. You don't have to hit me again.
There's a crit. 50 against AC.
That'll do it.
102 points of
that'll
damage.
do it.
And let's see, it could try to go for the free grab, or it can try to push you for free. It's going to go for the free grab, because why not? If it can get you off guard.
Did you get your life boost?
Oh, sorry. I don't. If you gave me one, no, I.
I think Libbiel did, right?
No, I gave it to her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
So here comes the grapple attempt against Daegron. Probably not good enough. Maybe 42? I think you said it was
Yeah.
37,
The
right?
grapple is 37. So in reaction, his swallow spike will go jamming out for a 45 against it.
That will hit.
Okay, and then this is just a grab, not swallowed. So this is the damage.
And is
28 points of piercing.
Okay.
No, nothing. The armor is just plain
no traits.
metal.
So, okay. It has you grabbed, though, and it now has 2 more actions, and different tentacles are going to come bashing at you while you are grabbed. It's trying to see if it can hold you in its path. It might be getting in its own way sometimes. It is a little big, and it's not necessarily designed for finesse work on things as small as you. It's used to destroying buildings. And it misses on this first attempt. Its tentacle goes whirling across your head, and it will try its third action, and another miss. Oof. It is mostly rolled low single digits in this fight. Libbiel.
Really like to. So the flower is what eats the evil magic out of the mushrooms, is the going theory. So what she's going to try to do is she's going to pick up her pot from her belt, hold it up. She's going to actually.
Let's say a
reflex.
To have protected the flower against its consumption of plant life.
I really desperately want to use a hero point on that. I do not have. It would be on the retrieval belt inside her clothing, basically.
I'm gonna say it was not destroyed, but it does look withered. It looks small. You think it probably will delay any new budding pretty significantly. It has not been killed.
All right, it looks really bad, and all this demon magic is in the mushrooms, but she really wants to keep it alive, very much so, because it's the only thing keeping her safe from the mushroom. So she's going to feed it an Aetheric spell.
Okay, so you spend 2 actions feeding it a spell. You still have some actions left. You're
It's
feeding
this one.
Yeah, it seems like it perks up a little. That may be healed
Polymorph?
about
Arcane?
It may be healed about a quarter of the damage that was done to it. It still looks in bad shape, but you think it is no longer actively dying.
Well, damn. And, she can't do anything about the evil fungus. She's going to use her last action, because she's not going to be able to move or hit with this turn, can she make a Arcana check to try to see what her situation is, like how badly screwed she is, what she can do?
Yeah, you are pretty sure in the moment that you are infected with Tangle Rot. You've seen this before. You know the mushrooms have changed from what seemed like the benign ones you had been carrying to this. And let me actually find out how bad that is for you. I forgot to put this on. You are stupefied 2 at this point. I'm not going to say it blocked feeding the spell. I'm going to say you could do that without it. But you are now stupefied 2, and you have constant hallucinations. Kind of what you were hearing before, that voice, that are telling you to seek out other mushrooms. They don't force any actions. They don't force you to do anything wrong, but you are distracted enough that you will have a -2 circumstance penalty to perception checks.
Okay, that would be the end of her turn, except I would like to move away as far as I can be 120 feet away for most of my spells. It's about that distance.
Okay,
I
so
can't
from
go
where
any
you
further
are,
off the map.
you're currently, 90 feet, so you're 30 feet more off the map you're trying to go, so we'll just put you at a height of 30 feet to track that. And you also just got a hero point from chat. Let me add that to you before we forget. I'm sorry for not calling out Dezi's earlier.
Yep, it's okay.
And Libbiel just went. Vanarel, you are up next.
All right. Well, I feel like we're putting this thing back on its heels, so not gonna give it any chance to breathe whatsoever. We'll start with the twin takedown flurry, and I will not catch a single shot with either or. Boy, some parts of these things are really, really tough. All right. Well, my next action, it's always been the measured single strikes, so that's what we'll do. We'll wind up with just the rapier. Casterfell's Beacon has not led me astray so far, until now when I miss again on a 35. Okay. And now, with my third, I gotta try to get some sort of offense going here before this thing heals up even more. I will utilize second sting here and come hammering down, hopefully on top of it. That's a critical miss, which will not trigger any of the second sting, but trying that one last time with the rapier. A natural 20 in the end. Might make it all worth it just a little bit.
Okay,
Deal 55 to this thing.
What does the critical hit here look like?
Oh, after just finding nothing but these hard calloused overgrowths, I think it's just hitting the tip of the rapier in where it almost bends the blade, and then just re-angling and forcing it all the way down to the hilt, right down to the handguard, and skewering before I finally remove it.
So there's the flash of light from the brilliant hit. You can tell it did not affect it with that, but it was a very impressive, nice bright light there for a second. It is now off guard though for the next round because of your crit there. That may help people out as well. It is looking back about as low as it was before when it consumed all the plant life here. So you think you're getting it back to where that was. Dezi.
Dezi sees Daegrons in a pretty bad way, and I think healing them is their first priority. So they're gonna cast heal. Oh, sorry. They take a shot first because they get a free reload on heal. I'll deal with that after that. That's some pretty good healing. 112 back for you.
Nice.
Wow.
And that was just some good rolls. Plus, I mean, I'm fairly high level, but yeah. And then we'll take that shot because it seems worth doing. Maybe we'll hit it this time. So that is 18 on the die for a 44 to hit, and this is a cold iron bolt, so hopefully it does some good things.
That is a hit.
So 25 damage of various types. 55. It didn't presumably like the cold iron, maybe the holy, I'm not sure. Either way, I'm pretty happy with that. That was 3 actions. My last action is going to be, because Daegron's still grabbed, correct?
Daegron is still grabbed.
I'm going to throw a life boost their way, so when they get mutilated even more, at least they'll feel a little better.
If I can help it, hopefully I won't get mutilated. But I appreciate it.
And we are up to Daegron then. You're being crushed a little bit by this giant tentacle fungus worm. It looks like it's in bad shape, and you're in better shape now. What do you do?
Seeing that's holding on to him, maybe he thinks he's got some better access to more critical parts that are a little closer. He's going to attempt to slam down again here, since he gets to make both at full value. So with the striking cold iron battle axe, he brings the axe down onto the appendage that's holding him for a 44 to hit.
That is a hit.
For 23 points of damage.
And that has destroyed it. And with the axe doing
it
cold
falls down
damage,
too.
that was the magic number you needed for stopping the regeneration. So it is dead, and you fall to the ground, and you're in pretty good shape. We're going to hit the end encounter button, and you have survived. Maybe. I mean, you've all survived. The question is, has Libbiel's magical flower and fungus survived. The fungus seems to be converted back to demonic fungus, while the flower seems to be greatly diminished.
Libbiel, it's okay. Come back here. I'm gonna try to heal the flower.
She's going to make her way back through the delusions and hallucination effects that she's been having.
If we do all of that outside of this entire general area, we still have to get out of here.
I mean, I'm gonna cast a heal, but yeah, let's get them out of here. I'll cast a heal on literally the flower. Oddly enough, but
You're casting heal on the flower. I got it.
Talking
it's
mushrooms.
living.
Another
And then
another 8th rank spell. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the flower looks about the same now as when you found it back in the Iobarian forests. It's small. It still looks healthy now, but it does feel like it has lost weeks or months of growth. But it no longer, it looks like it's recovered as much as it is likely to recover in a short time period. You don't think you can force feed it to make it grow more at this point.
dismiss the containment, and we'll try to bolt out of here. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Is that what you want, Van?
Down,
Or sorry.
And yeah, he grabs hold of their friend here. Okay, just a bit more out of town. Vanarel, keep an eye on his wounds, and he'll start helping him shuffle out of this area.
Yeah, give me across the party an athletics, medicine, or stealth rolls as you're hurrying out of here and trying to stay out of sight. You can tell that the collapsing tower is helping to distract whoever was around here. It does look like this creature was unexpected, and you keep making your way out of town. You probably are now about a mile outside of town when you maybe stop to kind of look back, and it does look like there's still the tower's leaning. It's starting to fall over more. Give me an Arcana or a religion check.
Any luck, this little covered our tracks.
It's one heck of a distraction.
Maybe they'll think he escaped during the confusion.
Dezi, you are sure that this creature was probably summoned by them as an attempt to stop the escape, or maybe it was the planned sacrifice, but they rushed it because they lost him and they had to do this. You're not sure exactly the reason, but it does feel like the ritual was a failure, and while it called forth this creature, it was not controlled, or they were not in control here, and it lashed out at everyone, them, you. You feel it has wrecked this area, and that likely may help a little bit in the sense that it's weakened the defense here. Not that you think there's a reason to try to attack back at the moment, but it does seem like this has possibly backfired on them in a way that's useful to you. You do feel if you hadn't killed it here, it would have been likely to have rampaged through the southern Kionin unimpeded for quite some time. So, very good job stopping it. That a tough summoned creature that jumped here and was threatening to crush you all. As you make your way back, what are you doing now that you're out of the town and safe?
I mean,
Laying
let's
on the ground and trying to not listen to the mushrooms.
get as far away as we can. I think we want to teleport back tomorrow. Libbiel, I'm going to try to get rid of the bad affliction on you, if that's okay with you. She's
kind of like out of it.
I think it's time, Dezi.
Yeah, I don't have any more to. I mean, I don't have any more today. It's going to have to wait till the morning.
So it sounds like you're going to rest tonight here, teleport back tomorrow, also prepare some cleanse affliction style things. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Is it possible to like make a bridge between the mushrooms and the flower? Like, even if it involves like having to like try to like implant it into her like side or something to make it like a more direct route or something?
I would say you could remove it from the pot and like rest it on one of the more concentrated areas. Whether or not it is going to grow into you, or that just gives it better access to absorb the magic, you're not sure, but that's something you could try.
I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
And get rid of this like nastiness from the fungus as much as possible.
So what we will need,
what would
I
you
will
like?
want an Arcana because you have the unified theory of everything, so you can use that. We'll see how effective the treatment with the flower will be.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a choice. It can either purify the fungus some, but at the cost of kind of forcing the flower too much and likely killing the flower, or it can just delay the fungal spread of this demonic fungus while still helping the flower more.
I think I'd like to keep the flower more than the fungus, so
Okay.
if that's
So the result of that
trade-off,
will be you won't need a save against the progression of the fungus. So that's going to stay at the current level for at least one more day. And the flower, though, is seeming like it is still gaining a little bit more. As we said, you could repair it faster. It's just a natural process at this point. But this may have been enough that it kind of is looking like it is regrowing at a much faster rate than you thought was possible. Definitely faster than it did before. It does seem like this is doing a good job for that. But the fungus, it is still spreading. It is still these weird pale green, purple, red mushrooms and fungus all over the entire left side of your body. And you still always hear these calls to seek out more like us, to seek out the other mushroom shrouded. And it's a constant whisper in your head. You're still stupefied too. That hasn't changed.
he's laying on the ground, just like, hey kid, stop.
I'm doing my best here, Libby. It's gonna have to wait till the morning, though. I'm fairly spent.
Well, what are you doing while you're resting at night here, waiting for teleportation in the morning?
I think Daegron's he's going to stay up more than he normally would to keep an eye on things, seeing as Dezi's kind of occasionally tending to and keeping an eye on Libbiel and Vanarel. Do you mind keeping an eye on our guest for the night? Make sure, I know his wounds were pretty bad. I wouldn't want to see him uncomfortable while we wait. And then I think Daegron will stay up most of the night on watch to make sure nothing comes close to them, since while it's not great to be tired, he's one who can probably handle it the best.
Dezi unfortunately needs a decent night's sleep if they're going to be able to help Libby in the morning. So
Yeah.
they'll do that.
Give me a perception check, Daegron.
Okay.
The night mostly passed quiet. Near the morning hours, similar to when that tower was being attacked by that creature, you still feel the ground begin to shake. It seems like there's a march of something large moving through the forest, and you hear some screams in the distance.
I think
what
he'll
do
go
you
to
do?
Vanarel first, and he'll seeing as the casters are still sleeping, he'll wake Vanarel and go, something large moving through the forest. I don't want to leave them alone here. Do you want to take a look, or should I?
And instinctively just grab for his weapons. How far off is it?
He'll direct Vanarel as best he can to where he heard the noise from.
Yeah, the noise seems like it is maybe, you can't see it through the trees, but you can see the ground shaking. From where you are, we're going to say it's to the southeast, so maybe around where this river is crossing the front, right by the K, and you're kind of closer to about here, kind of the direct away from River Spire back into the safe lands.
So are we talking like this thing is miles away? Like, is it that sort of?
Yes.
If you want to keep an eye with me, I think we might be safe, at least long enough until Libbiel and Dezi are ready to get us back.
Yeah, whatever that thing is, we're definitely going to know if it gets closer. And Vanarel will stay here on watch. Not going too far off, like, to scout ahead or anything. We'll stay on like the edge of the clearing we found here for the camp, and we'll just keep an eye out in that direction well, obviously for whatever is making that huge rumbling in the distance, but also for other signs that things might be affected in the forest, like animals running in this direction, that sort of thing.
Well, you give me a perception check as well, please. What you see. So you see what looks like a parade or a slow stampede. You're not quite sure how to best say it, of the moving forest. And you feel there is basically a village of arboreals fleeing something. Behind them, you see what looks like an army of demons, fungus, cultists, being led by a very weird creature. Looks maybe like an Omex demon that you fought before, merged with a Cambion, merged with a succubus. You're not really completely sure. I'm going to share the artwork here of what you see leading this army.
Oh.
So you have a legless, it's a ooze or a blob of mushrooms base, with a humanoid female horned figure top half to it, carrying a knife or a kukri of some kind, tentacles and mushrooms sprouting off the bottom half of her body, and what looks like channeling magic of some kind or blood from her hands.
How far off, or how far through our sleep is this? How
This
much
is-
longer do our casters
This is probably
have?
about 2 a.m. You would not have had your rest for the night yet. This is one of the interludes, though. This is not one that you are expected to deal with individually.
Oh, no, yeah, not necessarily thinking about individually. Daegron is just very concerned. He doesn't want anything coming across them, as they don't have an easy way out right now. They need to clearly warn the capital of what is happening here.
Yes. So it is the
I mean, you
choice here.
can wake us up. We can go back to sleep. We just need the additional sleep.
Yeah, he'll wake Dezi then just to fill him in and see, get his opinion on what they should do. He goes over and gently touches him on the shoulder to wake him up, and goes, "There's some sort of raid of demons and other fungus creatures to the southeast. I woke Vanarel. We don't think they're heading this way, but
What are they doing?
you may
then?
want to take a look."
Oh, okay, I'll have a look and I'll try to spot what they're spotting.
Yeah, he'll point out he's like, they seem to be following arboreals. Vanarel saw them. I didn't. They were almost a village of them.
I think they're being chased. They're being run out of the forest.
It feels like we should help them, but our first priority is getting back. We're gonna need sleep. Maybe, hopefully, if they can get us back out here if need be to help the arboreals.
At the very least, we can let the queen know. We may not be able
Yeah.
to make it right away. We need to make sure Libbiel is in good condition to leave.
I'm prepared to deal with that as best I can tomorrow. But yeah, agreed. We'll have to see if we can tell the queen what's going on and see if she feels we need to be out here to help the arboreals.
Either way, get back to sleep. Me and Vanarel will keep watch for the rest of the night.
All right.
We don't need our sleep quite as bad. It won't feel great in the morning, but as long as you can get us back.
Oh, I can. If you haven't gotten your full 8 hours, I can help with that.
Yeah,
Dezi will head back to sleep.
isn't sleeping. Yeah.
So the rest of the night will pass without incident. There was a march of arboreals being pursued by a demon army. At the moment, you have held in abeyance any decision on what to do about that other than alerting the queen. You have rescued Kinriel and looted the vault underneath the Morganthai vault. This is where we are going to wrap up for the evening, and next week we will pick back up with you reporting to the queen. I will let you know a little bit ahead of time that you will have some choices to make between chasing down the report of the traitor that Kinriel will have reported back, or going to Tanglegate, as we've been earlier requested, to help reactivate the teleportation network in the city here. So those are the two main sub-quests you still have, plus you also can investigate or deal with the march of the arboreals and the demons. Thank you all for tuning in. Good night, everyone.